everyone, it's Tyler from Universal Rackets, and in this video we are going to go over one tactic and technique that will completely change your game. Once again, if you stay tuned for this whole video, we're going to go over one tactic that many coaches and many players do not know about and they don't talk about on the internet. So make sure to stay tuned and instantly improve your pickleball game with this one simple tactic. So the goal of pickleball is to get to the kitchen. Now, when you return, you have to let the ball bounce and then you can come up. When you serve, you have to let your shot after your serve bounce and then you can come up, right? So you start back, but then you have to move forward and up to the kitchen. If you can think when you need to run through the ball and when you need to set, it's going to completely change your game. Once again, in pickleball, depending on the type of shot that you have for your third shot or after your fifth shot, you need to make sure that you think about, am I running and moving forward and through the ball, or am I staying and setting? Now, I was struggling a lot personally with drops, with resets, and the reason why is I come from a tennis background, right? So the reason why is because I try to reset and I'd be moving while I'm resetting. Or I'd try to drop and I'd be moving when I'm dropping. And what would happen? I would become super inconsistent. I wouldn't be able to get the ball into the court. Whenever you are resetting or dropping the ball, you need to make sure that your body is set. Once again, if you want to completely improve your resets or your drops, you need to make sure that your body is set when you do that. Now, if there is a drive shot, you need to make sure that you move forward and through the ball. If you ever drive the ball, and what I mean by that is you do it off your return or you do it on your ground stroke, you drive the ball, you are going to move through and forward to the shot. A lot of players, what they do is they hit a drive and then they can't get to the next ball because the ball is way too short. After you hit your drive and after you move through the ball, you need to make sure that your body follows forward. A lot of players, they miss long or they can't get to the next ball because they'll drive the ball and then they'll stop and then they go, oh, the ball's too short, I'm not fast enough, I'm not good at pickleball. No, it's because when you drive, you need to make sure that you anticipate a shorter ball. The goal of the drive isn't to win the point. The goal of the drive is to hit the ball and get a short reply to get you up to the kitchen. Maybe you'll win the point, but either way, the goal is again for you to move up. So when you drive your shot, you need to make sure that you move forward and you move through your shot. Once again, a lot of players, what they do is they'll have this third shot drive and they'll go like this and they'll stand back here. Even if they make it, then they have to run up and they're super delayed. Instead of stopping and hitting, watch what I want you to do. I want you to go out, I want you to hit, and then I want you to move your body forward. Once again, watch what I do. For my return, for my third, I'm going to go out, I'm going to hit, boom, and I'm going to get my body to move forward and through the shot. This isn't only going to allow me to hit an amazing drive, but it's also going to allow me not to have arm, shoulder, elbow pain. It's going to allow me to have so much more consistency because when you improve in pickleball, all the power comes from your momentum and your rotation. Many players think in order to hit a big ball, I need to arm the ball. No, if I want to hit a big ball, forehand or backhand, I need to use my momentum and move through. And when I use my momentum and move through the shot, now I am able to hit the next ball at a closer point to the kitchen on court, and I'm going to be in a such better spot to hit my next ball. Now, if you want to take your drive a step further, I want you to think wherever you want the ball to go, all of your momentum is going to go there. So if you want your ball to go to the right, you're going to hit and make sure all of your momentum goes to the right. Well, the wind blew the ball out there. If I want to go cross court, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit, and then again, all of my momentum's going to go cross court. You want to make sure that your momentum carries you to the ball because you can direct all your momentum that way for accuracy, but then also for court coverage purposes. You always want to make sure that you follow the ball. You always want to make sure that you follow the shot. So if I go down the line, I'm going to follow with my body down the line because then if my opponent chooses to go straight ahead, I'm right here. If my opponent chooses to go cross court, my partner's there. If I go cross court, watch what I'm gonna do. Now I have the ball in the middle and my partner has the ball out wide. So by following your shot, it's going to cover the proper court. Now, when you're hitting a third drop, you're going to do the exact opposite. You want to make sure that you set your body while you hit. Again, when I go and I get this ball, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to move up to it, I'm going to set, and then I'm going to hit. Again, I'm going to move up to it, set, hit. I want to make sure that I keep my body stationary. I want to make sure that I keep my body set. I want to make sure that I keep my body down while I hit my third shot drop. You do not want to be moving. And where I go wrong, and my biggest misconception is tennis, you think a lot, what? You can hit off your back foot, right? So I'll try to drop off my back foot or drive off my back foot, but I have a higher percentage chance of getting the drive. Instead, watch what I need to do. I need to make sure I set and finish forward. Again, I want to set my body and finish forward. Whenever the ball bounces or right before the ball bounces, I want to make sure that I keep my body set and hit. So wherever I end up in the court at that particular time, I'm going to keep my body set. And this is such a big thing. So again, you move through the ball when you drive the ball, when you hit your return, right? Gives you more momentum, gives you more consistency, gives you less with your arm, more bigger of a shot because you're using your momentum and you're in a better position. But for the drop, what are you going to do? You're going to set and you're going to hit. So if you have a short ball, you're going to move up, set here, and then you're going to move up forward. If you have a deep ball, you're going to move back, set here, and then you are going to hit. Wherever you go, you are going to set. I want you to think of it like volleyball, okay? For volleyball, I've never played. I've only played in gym class back in high school, but you want to set and then bump the ball up. It is the exact same concept for the drop. So by moving to the ball, setting, and then hitting, it's going to get you so much more consistent. Now, we're going to be talking about resets, and the type of resets that we're going to be talking about is balls in the air. Clearly, you can reset a ball off the bounce. You want to keep your body set, but that's kind of the same concept as a drop. Now, for the sets in the air, I want you to watch what I do. Whenever you hit a ball in the air and you're resetting the ball, your opponent goes hard at you, watch what you're going to do. You're going to set, back. You're going to set, boom. You are going to block the ball back. Once again, if your opponent ever goes hard at you and you want to reset the ball, you are going to block the ball back. A lot of players, they have trouble because they're trying to reset and they're running through the ball and they end up popping the ball up too much. Wherever, if you hit hard at me and I'm up at the transition zone, boom, I'm gonna reset. Then I'm gonna boom, then I'm gonna reset. You wanna make sure that you stop while your opponent makes contact. And this is a huge thing. So anytime that you want to get up to the kitchen and you're resetting the ball, I want you to think that you're stopping when your opponent makes contact. So what is a reset? What do I mean by that? By just dropping the ball into your opponent's kitchen off the air. But watch, when I'm hitting, this is where too many players go wrong. They come in, boom, boom, boom. No, watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move up, and here we are. They hit, make contact, I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna hit. I'm gonna move up, they're gonna hit, I'm gonna stop and hit. I'm going to think that I am on a ladder. Every single time that my opponent makes contact, I'm going to set wherever I am, set up shop, and then get the next ball back. So you can do that all the way to the kitchen. So it should look like this. Watch, I'm setting my body here, then I'm moving up here, and now I'm finally up at the kitchen to win. Patience, consistency, discipline, right? You want to make sure that you are floating through the court. You're not dying or diving through the court with no intention. Now, the only time that you want to make sure that you really run through the ball is when the ball is high up in the air. Once again, the only time that you want to run through the shot and that you are allowed to run through the shot is when you have a floater ball that's flying through the air. And what I mean by this is a floater ball that's just coming up at you like this, and then, okay, you want to come down on it and use your momentum. So the only time that you ever want to take a ball aggressively out of the air is when the ball's floating, and then you can hit and move forward. Because the most difficult balls to hit hard are the balls that you need to create your momentum. Players, if the ball's coming slow at me, I need to utilize my momentum to move through the ball. So the only time, again, when you can hit a ball out of the air and run through the shot is when the ball is coming slow at you, so you can use your momentum and move through the shot. So again, whenever you are hitting a ground stroke, you want to make sure that you're moving through your shot. Whenever you are hitting a reset or a drop, you want to make sure you set your body. And whenever the ball is high up in the air and it is floating, then you can run through the ball. Notice when you drop your shot, you are going to stop and then you're going to move up a little bit more. But think, a drop is way slower than a drive. A common question is, hey, you're telling me stop and set on my drops or on my resets, but then for the drives, I'm supposed to run through it. I'm going to be faster up the kitchen. Again, I want you to think about the faster I hit this ball, the faster the ball is going to come back. When I drop, look, now I can move up. That float is going to give me time, because when the ball is up in the air and is dropping shallow enough in the kitchen, what can't your opponent do? Your opponent can't touch the ball. So while the ball is floating up in the air and then bouncing, and then your opponent has to take the ball from a low to high, that you neutralize your opponent, you force them to hit up, then you can rush into the court. That is why the drop is such an essential and effective shot in pickleball. So again, if you want to take your game to the next level, you need to think, when it's a drive, you move through the ball. When it is a drop or reset, you set, you keep still, and you reset the ball into the kitchen. And the only time you make an exception with any ball out of the air, again, is when it's high and it's a floater, because you need to create your momentum. The momentum isn't going to be created there for you. Now, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope this one tactic transforms your game. Go out and think. Drive, you're going to say run through. Drop, reset, what are you going to do? You're going to say set. So go out and play again. You hit a drive, here we are, let's go. Run through, move through, and then I move through clearly. Okay, drop, set. You're going to say set or run through every single time you hit. Make it second nature, make it muscle memory, and you're going to be so much better off and more consistent on your drives, on your drops, on your resets next time you hit the courts, and you're going to be so much better in pickleball. Make sure you do not share this with your opponents. Once again, do not share this video with your opponents, but make sure you share it to your friends, share it to your family, share it to every single one that you know that wants to improve pickleball. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know in the comments below. I love your support. I love your input. Even if you don't like the video, comment and let me know that you don't like the video. I'd love to. Hey, I'm listening to everybody, trying to get constructive criticism and make better pickleball videos. If you want any type of program in your area, make sure to click the link in the Google form below, fill out the description, and a Universal Rackets representative will get out to you. If you want any type of clinic, fundraiser, corporate event, special event, any type of pickleball event, Universal Rackets does it. Fill out the link in the description. Once again, Universal Rackets representative will get out to you. We are giving away, my wife and myself are giving away 2 Vanguard Selkirk new power control pickleball paddles. Make sure to click the link to the descriptions to enter the giveaway. Have a good one, subscribe, happy hitting, and we will see you guys next time on court.